Ladies and gentlemen, to those among you who are easily frightened, we suggest you turn away now. To those of you who think they can take it, we say, welcome to the madhouse.
Welcome to the Madhouse. We invite you to join our Losers Club. I am Jimmy, and that is Joey.
Hello.
Don't stare into the deadlights.
No, don't.
This week we are doing It's Your Choice. What was it?
It was It, the 2017 not remake.
Not remake, re-adaptation.
I think it's a reimagination
of
the novel.
Yes, of the Stephen King classic, It. So it was shipped to cinemas under, what did it say on a Pound Foolish?
That's the one.
Was the title that it was shipped to cinemas as, which is quite clever.
Yeah.
Obviously, Pennywise, Pound Foolish.
Oh, they fooled everyone.
It took me a while to get that.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't get it straight away.
I don't know why they give it a code name.
No, I don't.
I'm worried about people stealing it on the way to the cinema. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Better give this a fake name because people will steal it.
Maybe it was just fun.
Yeah, probably actually just... Or, probably tradition.
Yes, probably. This is the highest grossing Stephen King adaptation to date. There was a few flops before this.
A few missteps along the way, yes, there were.
Yeah.
But massively successful all over the world. And I can see why, because it was good.
Yeah, they asked Tim Curry to reprise his role for this film.
And what did he say?
He said, no.
Fair enough. To the point.
Yeah. I'm too old for it now. He's in a wheelchair as well now, I think. Bless
Is
him.
he?
Yeah, I think so. He had a stroke. Bless him.
Shit.
I think so.
That would have made it difficult.
Well, yeah.
But even if he wasn't in a wheelchair, he's done it, he's been there, nailed it.
They probably couldn't get the chair into the drains.
Yeah, probably.
Electric, yeah.
To be fair, the amount of CGI in this film, they would have just CGI'd the drains around him.
Yeah, fair enough.
If they had to.
Anyway, Tim Curry is God, so let's not slag him off too much.
Right, shall we move on to a plot slot?
Yeah, let's do
I
it.
think you should take it away.
Oh, okay. So, we're in the fictional town of Derry, Maine. It's October 1988. Bill Denborough helps his little brother Georgie make a paper sailboat, calling it the SS Georgie. Georgie wants to go outside to sail it in the pouring rain, but Bill is too sick to join him. The brothers embrace before Georgie runs out to play.
Georgie sails his boat down the street. He chases after it and accidentally runs into a roadblock. The boat sails. Sorry, it accidentally runs into the roadblock of the boat, right?
No, he's running,
Shit.
and then he hits that roadblock, then he falls over.
Yeah,
Comedy
sorry.
gold, because I like to see children
yeah, a
get
bit of
hurt.
slapstick. Yeah. What? Anyway, the boat carries on sailing because that goes under the roadblock, and it sails to the end of the street until it falls into the sewer. Georgie runs to try and get it, worried that Bill will be mad because, god damn it, Bill took a long time making that boat. And as he looks in the sewer, a pair of yellow eyes emerge. They belong to an entity calling itself Pennywise, the dancing clown.
Pennywise playfully speaks to Georgie before offering him his boat back. Georgie reaches for it, only for Pennywise to grab his arm and sink his massive teeth into it. The creature rips off Georgie's arm and leaves him crying for Bill before dragging him down into the sewers. Blood everywhere squirting about.
Yeah. Flash forward 8 months later. Joey and Jimi realise they haven't set a timer, but they carry on anyway.
Oh,
and
shit.
Also, it's June 1989 in the films. So we meet Mike Hanlon and his grandfather, Leroy. and he's shut up, and he is making him kill a sheep with a bolt gun. Leroy lectures the boy before doing the deed himself.
It's the last day of school. Bill and his friend Richie Tozer, Eddie Kasparak and Stanley Uris, who are all formed the Losers Club, are heading out to start their summer. Unfortunately, they run into the school's psychopathic bully, Henry Bowers, and his goons, Patrick Hocksetter, Victor Cross, and Belch Huggins.
Way to mess up 3 names in a row.
Yeah.
Bill tells Henry he sucks after the punk mocks his friends, and Henry approaches Bill threateningly until he sees his father, Officer Bowers, standing behind Bill. He walks away, but not before licking his palm and smearing it on Bill's face.
Yeah, great burn. A girl named Beverly Marsh is smoking in the bathroom. A group of mean girls, led by Greta, taunt her and accuse Bev of being a slut. One girl fills a trash bag full of water and dumps it on Bev, but she covers her head with a book. Well, it's actually her bag. Sorry. On her way out of the building, Beverly meets a new kid, Ben Hascom. He gets picked on for his weight because he's a little bit of a tubby fella. He doesn't have any friends either.
He's new.
Yes. Bev signs his yearbook, and then Ben appears. Well, Ben definitely develops a crush on her.
Yeah, and also she is completely dry and clean there.
Oh, yeah.
No sign of any watery bin bags.
Well, she had the bag on her head, didn't she?
Yeah, the bag was fine as well. Anyway, when Bill gets home, his father, Zach, scolds him for creating a model with tubes of the sewer system in Derry. Since he still believes that Georgie is only missing, Zach tells him to accept that Georgie is dead.
I thought that was a very good model that he made.
It was, and it was some really tough parenting to be like, your brother's dead.
Yeah, just like, just forget about it. Mike
These things happen.
Yes. Never mind. Mike goes to the butcher shop to make a delivery. He's a meat delivery man.
Yeah.
Behind the door around the alley, he hears what sounds like screaming and pounding. The door opens and several burnt hands start sticking out. Mike then sees Pennywise hanging up for a meat hook, but he's nearly run over by the Bowers gang in a car. So Mike cheeses it. Get out of my town, Bowers says. Mike cheeses it.
Stan is at a synagogue studying for his bar mitzvah, and he's not doing very well. There is a painting in the rabbi's office after he gets told off for not trying very hard, and the rabbi's his dad, by the way. But that picture creeps him out, showing him a woman with a distorted face. The painting falls, and when Stan picks it up, the woman's gone. He turns around, and it manifests as the woman with a fanged smile. Stan cheeses it as well.
Ben is at the library looking up Derry's history. From a series of articles, he learns that children in Derry have been disappearing under mysterious circumstances for centuries. The book contains a depiction of Pennywise and a missing boy's head in a tree. Ben is then lured into the basement where he sees the headless boy before getting chased out by Pennywise.
On his way home, Ben is attacked by the Bowers gang. Henry's goons hold him against a bridge railing. Patrick wants to burn Ben with a lighter and bug spray, but Henry has a better idea. He plans to carve his name into Ben's stomach. Classic prank. An old couple drive by and see this, but do nothing. Classic old people. Henry only cuts an H before Ben kicks him in the nuts. Classic Ben. And rolls over the bridge and into the woods. The punks chase after Ben. Meanwhile, the losers are near the sewers, as Bill has convinced his friends to help him find Georgie. Ben falls into the water near them, and the boys grab him and bring him to safety.
Patrick runs into the sewers to try and get Ben splitting from his friends. He encounters demonic-looking children that make him run, but he comes across a dead end. A bunch of red balloons appear before him, and they all pop to reveal Pennywise, who promptly devours Patrick. Couldn't get his bug spray and lighter out quick enough.
Nope. The boys go to the pharmacy to get cotton balls and bandages, but they are short on money. Beverly is there buying tampons, discreetly. When she runs into the boys, after hearing their problem, Bev pretends to flirt with the pharmacist, Mr. Keene. Very weird situation there.
No, I thought his name was Mr. King.
After Stephen King?
Yeah.
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 It's a bit weird because she's like 15 and he's a middle-aged man. Anyway, he comes off as a creep to her, but she manages to distract him long enough for the boys to steal their supplies and for her to sneak away some cigarettes. Bev goes outside and joins the boys when she sees the boys tending to Ben.
Yeah, he's a right pervert, that old man. He looks like one as well. He
Yep.
looks like a nonce. He's got that classic noncy hair and glasses.
Yes.
Beverly goes home to her father, who is an even bigger creep than Mr. King. He comes on to his daughter, causing her to run into the bathroom crying. She then proceeds to cut off her hair until it is at a shorter length, all sort of resembling Molly Ringwald.
Yes. An obvious attempt to look less attractive to her dad, I think,
Oh, good shout.
because he's clearly a bit of a perv.
Bit of
In fact, it's a bit more than that. It's a dickhead completely, but...
a dickhead, pisshead, pervert.
Yeah, the boys, now joined by Ben, are at the quarry ready to jump into the lake, but no one is eager to go first. Bev shows up and jumps first, leading the others to join in. They have fun while swimming and hanging out. Later, Ben tells everyone what he read about in Derry's history.
Classic lineup of Y-fronts as well, isn't it?
Oh yeah, they all shop at the same place.
Yeah.
Well, their mums do.
That's not, that's what was his name? Richie Tozer. What was his character play? Finn something, isn't it?
You mean the actor's name?
Yes.
Finn from Stranger Things.
Yes. So he does that on Stranger Things as well, doesn't he? Stands on top of a quarry.
Yes,
He's
and
going
they
to
make him jump in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then 11 comes and hovers him up, and there's awesome music, and it's brilliant.
Lovely. Bev is in her room with a postcard with a poem written on it by a secret admirer. Terrible poem.
Oh, I thought it was alright.
January Embers. My heart burns there too. Your hair is like winter fire. January Embers. My heart burns there too. It's lame. Anyway, where...
I don't know. I was just actually counting to see whether that was a haiku.
Okay.
It's not.
Right. So, she thinks it's Bill, but it was actually Ben that wrote it. From her bathroom, Bev hears the voices of children coming out of the sink. She looks into the sink where the voices are, and clumps of hair start reaching out to grab her before a fountain of blood gushes all over the bathroom. That's
Amazing.
Also an annoying thing, that women clog up the bathroom sink and any sinkhole with their hair.
What is this retribution, do you think?
No,
you
it's
cut
her own
off
fault.
all your hair earlier and it's clogged the sink.
Yeah, it's her own fault. Blood gushes all over the bathroom. Mr. Marsh comes in to see Bev horrified, but he can't see the blood. He simply comments that her hair makes her look like a boy, which obviously makes his cock go soft.
That was the intention. Bill is... Oh, by the way, I like that scene. It's amazing. With the blood coming out of the sink.
It's very good. Shall we talk about it later?
Yes.
Okay.
Bill is walking around the house when he sees what looks like Georgie running around. Shocked, he follows Georgie to the basement, which is flooding. Georgie steps out and invites Bill to join him, saying, "We all float down here. You'll float too," he repeats, till he yells and decomposes. Pennywise then emerges from the water and tries to get Bill, but he runs out of the basement, and Pennywise moves amazingly in this film.
Fucking terrifying.
Really, really
That's
jagged.
horrible. Yeah, it's like, ugh. The next day, the kids are riding their bikes when they see Mike's bike and the Bowers gang's car. They go down by the creek to find the punks harassing Mike for being black. Bev throws a rock at Henry's head, which initiates a rock-throwing war between both groups. Mike runs over to the loser's side while Vic and Belch... I was going to try and do a belch. Run away as Henry is knocked unconscious, which is weird because I can't belch on
cue.
cue.
Apparently. As the kids walk away with Mike, Bill mentions what he saw in the house. Eddie backs him up on having seen Pennywise. Mike mentions what he saw and talks about how his old house was burnt down by racist goons and his parents died trying to break the door down to his room, with their skin having melted to the bone. Richie is the only one that hasn't been haunted, but he admits to being terrified of clowns. Richie's taking the piss a bit there, isn't he, as well?
Yeah. Yeah. The kids go to Bill's garage where they look over a map of Derry through a projector. They see that the sewers are linked to the Neobolt house where it lives. The projector then starts working itself, showing pictures of Bill and Georgie with their parents, but with Pennywise's face appearing over their mother. I nearly had a burp. They knock the projector over, but it keeps playing until Pennywise fully emerges from the screen, tries to get the kids. They manage to get out the garage before he can harm them. He goes big as well, doesn't he? He goes proper Ant-Man.
Yeah, he's huge. Doesn't Ant-Man get smaller?
He gets really big Ant-Man as well.
Does he?
Yeah, he gets like big giant Ant-Man.
All right, okay. The losers go to the Neibolt.
I was saying Neobolt.
Neobolt house to face it head on. Bill, Richie, and Eddie enter the house while the others stay outside as lookouts. Richie sees a missing poster of himself and he freaks the hell out. But Bill reminds him it's not real.
Eddie gets separated from his friends when Pennywise finds him. He falls through the floor and lands in the kitchen, breaking his arm. Bill and Richie try to reach him through 3 doors. The first door they open reveals a headless girl. The second door traps Richie inside with a room full of clown dolls. He sees a coffin with a dummy of himself in it. He shuts it. Pennywise jumps out. He tries to attack Richie, but he runs out of the room. Pennywise returns his attention to Eddie, but Bill and Richie get to him before the clown eats him. Beverly then bloody shows up to drive a spear through Pennywise's head, forcing him to retreat.
Yeah, it forces most people to die.
Yes.
He just seems a bit pissed off with it. Eddie's mum forbids the losers from hanging out with him after she sees his broken arm. Bill and Richie then get into a fight when Richie says this whole pursuit of Georgie has nearly gotten them killed. The losers part ways as the other boys are too terrified to keep going.
Yeah, it's quite sad.
Yeah.
It's probably like Eddie's mum. She's got a bit of issue, hasn't she? I think she's got Munchausen by proxy.
Okay.
She doesn't she keeps giving him placebos.
I thought
Pills and
she was just very lazy and controlling.
No. It's
Anyway.
now August, and the kids have continued going about their lives. Eddie goes to the pharmacy to pick up his asthma medication, only for Greta, she works behind the counter, to tell him that they're placebos. She then writes "loser" on his arm cast.
Yeah, bitch.
Yeah, she's a twat.
She was like, I'll write on it for you. And you seemed really excited. And then she wrote loser.
I bet she's fucking Mr. King as well.
Probably. And then later on, he's crossed out the S and put a V so it says lover. And it's really sad but sweet.
Apparently that's quite a popular tattoo as well now.
All right, okay. I see that. Sure.
Should we go get matching ones?
Yeah, let's go do it. Loser lover 1 and loser lover 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Henry is with Vic and Belch shooting things with his dad's gun. He orders Belch to bring him a cat to shoot because he's a prick. But Officer Bowers shows up to take the gun from Henry. He then shoots the ground around Henry's feet to humiliate him in front of his friends and expose him as a coward. Later, Henry sees a red balloon in his mailbox. Inside is a knife sent by it. He goes inside as his father is asleep with a TV on. On the screen appears a woman with children, all urging Henry to kill his father. He does so by sticking the knife by his neck, then pressing the button for the flip thingy to shove the knife out,
like a little flick
sticks
knife.
in his neck, lets him bleed out. The kids on TV, all of its victims, then start chanting, "Kill them all! Kill them all!"
So there's that TV show is also playing when Beverly Marsh's dad is watching it. He's watching the same show.
Alright, okay.
I think we'll get to that anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, it's this bit. At the Marsh's house, Beverly's dad attempts to act upon his lust towards his daughter. She fights him off and runs into
I
the
think
bar.
the word is rape, by the way, I think.
Yeah.
Tries to rape his daughter.
All right, let me do that again. At the Marsh's house, Beverly's dad attempts to rape his daughter. She fights him off and runs into the bathroom. When Mr. Marsh gets there, Bev whacks him across the face with a toilet lid, killing him.
Yeah.
Just as she's about to leave, Pennywise finds her and takes her.
No.
Not in the rapey way that her dad was going to do, literally takes her away.
Yes. Kidnap.
Yeah.
These are all the real words for these things. Bill goes by Bev's house and finds her father dead in the bathroom and sees "You'll die if you try" written on the wall in blood. He realizes Bev has been taken by it, so he goes to make amends with his friends and rescue her. When they get Eddie, his mum forbids him from leaving and joining his friends, but he defies her when he confronts her over the placebos. He ditches her and joins his friends.
The boys go to the Neobolt house and find a well where it dwells. It's also, yes, the well house, isn't it? They climb down a rope, but before Mike can head down, Henry shows up and attacks him. He starts pulling the rope up to prevent the boys from climbing back up. Henry tries to kill Mike with the bolt gun that he brought from the sheep farm, but Mike fights him off and manages to push him down the well, sending him to his apparent death. Now, we don't know if he's dead or not.
No, we don't.
It's a long fall.
But Darth Maul had a long fall, and apparently they brought him back in something, so you never know. Going further into the well, Stan is attacked by It as the woman from the painting. She munches on his head. Not that one. But the boys scare It away and comfort a mortified Stan.
She has got her face all around his head. So.
You fit his whole head in there.
Yeah. All the boys head further into the well where they find It's lair. All the children he's taken are floating up in the dead lights under some kind of trance. The boys find Bev floating. They pull her down and Ben kisses her to break her out of the trance. Bill then sees Georgie emerge from the shadows. Georgie tells Bill he missed him and he was waiting for him to come for him.
Bill hugs his brother, but he knows it's not really Georgie, and he shoots him in the head. That was a gamble.
Yeah, yeah.
His body writhes on the ground until he turns into Pennywise. The clown tries to kill the kids, but they fight him off until he has his hold on Bill. Pennywise gives the others the option to die together or leave him with just Bill. Bill tells him to run because he's a dude.
Yeah.
But Richie is the first to go fight back.
Because he's a dude.
Yeah, the kids then start beating the crap out of Pennywise, because they're all dudes, until he is powerless, unable to hurt them because they no longer fear him. Before Bill can strike the fatal blow to the clown's cracking skull, Pennywise retreats into the darkness and thus escapes.
The kidnapped children then float downward. Bill then finds Georgie's raincoat. He realises that Georgie truly is gone. No shit, he's been missing for a year and he's got an arm off.
And he shot him in the head. The one
with the
yeah.
But Bill breaks down in tears as his friends
Low
gather around and hug him.
It's now September. The losers swear a blood oath. Never a good idea. To return to Derry. And also, you know when you swear a blood oath and cut the palm of your hand?
Yeah.
It's the worst place to cut. Cut somewhere that you're not going to have to
use it. And it's not going to heal because you're using it all the time.
Constantly moving. Anyway, they swear an oath to return to Derry in 27 years, should it ever return. They hang out for a while until each of them gradually leaves, with only Bill and Bev staying behind.
Covered in blood.
Yeah.
She is going to move to Portland. As she walks away, Bill runs up to her and kisses her. Blood on his face. End of chapter 1.
End of the plot slot. I think that was alright. It was way over 10 minutes, but we didn't have the beeper to tell us that we were, so it doesn't really matter.
No.
Moving on. You ready?
Yes.
Frights and Delights.
Yeah.
Frights and Delights.
Here we go. It's Frights, Delights, and Deadlights. This film is f***ing great. The story's great. Right. Go on. Kick it off.
Alright, well, I'm going to start off with a delight that started off before the film was even made. Bill Skarsgård, who plays Pennywise, practiced his crazy clown laugh on the drive to his audition for the role of Pennywise. He was getting weird looks from pedestrians and decided to just go for it to get into character on the way to his audition.
Yeah, fair.
I like that.
Yeah, that is good. I've got a little one. When Ben is in the library and he looks out the window and he sees the 4 losers riding by on their bikes, and you hear Bill scream, "Hi-yo, Silver! Away!" Which is a nod to the original novel and also the 1990 miniseries. And I haven't fact-checked this, but I think that is the original bike from the 1990 series.
Really?
Yeah, Silver. Also, there's a little bit where they're stood near the butchers. They're sort of off the road, and there's a missing persons poster on the wall.
Yeah.
For a Eddie something. Can't remember what it's.
Izzard.
It's not Izzard. It's
Van Halen.
It's not Van Halen. Is it? It might be. Is it Eddie? I think it's for Eddie something. Anyway, and I think that picture is the original child actor who played Eddie Kasparak in the 1990 miniseries.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I think. I have not fact-checked that one. But this other one, where Richie is in, they're in the well house, and he's in the room full of clowns. There's the one in the corner that looks like Tim Curry's version of It.
Yeah, like down to the left somewhere on screen if you have a look.
Down to the left, yeah. Which I thought that was lovely.
Yes.
Lovely little touch.
That's something I had to check. I liked going back and having a look at something I've missed.
Yeah, and the costume that this Pennywise is more on point with the novel. All the sort of, because he's lived through like centuries apparently, and it's a mix of all like Victorian sort of clown costumes that was in the novel, and the only thing that Tim Curry's costume had was the orange pom-poms on his thing.
Yeah. Okay, another delight. The butcher shop that features in the film has a painting on the side of it. The picture depicts a shootout that happened in 1929 and resulted in the death of the Bradley gang. This happened in the original book, so this is a nod to that.
Yes, mentioned quite a lot in the book.
Yes, it's also mentioned by Mike in this film while he is talking about all the past violence of the town. It's a nice little Easter egg whacked in there as a nod to the book.
Speaking of Easter eggs, there is a picture of, it's the Great Easter Egg Hunt. It's actually a picture of soldiers from Gettysburg, and they photoshopped in the Easter eggs onto that picture.
So it's an actual photo.
From Gettysburg, and they photoshopped the Easter eggs in for the Great Easter Egg Hunt of Derry, Maine. And then it was that big disaster.
That's dark.
Yes.
This is a fright. It could have been No, this is a delight. That could have been a fright.
Oh.
The Duffer Brothers. Do you know who the Duffer Brothers are?
The Duffer Brothers. I don't.
Stranger Things
okay.
creators.
Yes, okay.
They wanted this job. They wanted to direct. They had already worked with Skarsgård in 2015 on a film called Hidden, and went on to work with Finn Wolfhard in Stranger Things. They were not considered experienced enough at the time for this film. I think they would have done a fantastic job, but I'm glad they didn't do it, because I doubt they would have had time to do Stranger Things as well, because it was about the same time this film was being made. So that's a delight in the end, because we got both.
Yeah. I also forgot to say, when you mentioned the butcher shop memorial, if you look closely behind Stan's shoulder, you can just see Pennywise in the background.
All right, okay, I didn't know that.
And
didn't see that.
He appears also when Ben is in the library, and there's an old woman behind him, and she sort of slumps over a little bit, and I think that's supposed to represent Pennywise as well. It's to show that Pennywise has been following the Loser Club for quite a while, and he has this sort of grip on the town.
Yeah,
like he's been following, and the adults don't see it. And there's a television show that's on, and that keeps getting mentioned, that the clown and Take Your Children to the Sewers. So it's like Pennywise has had a grip on this town every 27 years.
Yeah, well, he was apparently there long before there was a settlement there. Yeah. He's been there for thousands of years. The number 27 plays a strange and big part in this film. The film was released 27 years after the original. It is meant to return... Sorry, it, as in it, is meant to return to Derry every 27 years. Jonathan Nabrandis, who played Bill in the original, died at 27 years old. And Bill Skarsgård, who played Pennywise in this adaptation, was 27 when the film launched. The numbers that make up the date of release all add up to 27, as they also did for It Chapter 2, which came out a few weeks ago.
Wow. Speaking of numbers, as the Loser Club approaches Pennywise's front porch to fight him at the well house, there's an iron gate, and it holds the number 29, which mirrored resembles the letters ES, which is German, S, for the word for it. It's German for it. I don't know. You want to read into that or not?
Yeah.
It's good, isn't it?
Do you think it was purposeful?
Yeah, I think
that seems like a... What number? 29?
29, yeah.
reversed
Yeah.
looks like
It's ES,
ES.
which is S. And that is German for it.
I'm going to have to Google that. How does the number 29 backwards look like S?
No.
Is it the way it's written?
Yes.
It's a particular font. I'm going to Google that. That's interesting.
Yeah, it does. If you mirror 29, you mirror it, you turn 9 around.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like an E.
Oh, yeah, of course it
And
does.
2 looks like an S.
I'm just thinking
S.
of 92 because I'm a tit.
And tit backwards is tit. Tit
Holy
mirroring
shit. That must mean I'm really a tit. Also, Trotters Independent Traders.
Rodney, you plonker.
Right, Bill Skarsgård was kept away. It's Skarsgård. You know what? I don't care. I'm going to stop asking about pronunciation. I'm just going to go with it. It was kept away from children until he was doing a scene with them. This was to get genuine reactions from the children. And with regards to pronunciations and names, I think we should just say whatever the hell we want and stop second guessing ourselves.
Yes.
I'm going for another one. John Oliver, who at the peak of his career co-hosted the Bugle podcast of Andy Zaltzman, and now apparently hosts some TV show in the USA, was such a fan of the novel that he landed a part as an extra in the town's diner, and I can't remember a diner scene, so I think he may have been cut. And you and John Oliver have something in common.
Okay.
John Oliver was in a film as a voice actor called The Smurfs.
Bollocks.
And you have mistakenly had a band called The Smurfs
Shut it.
in an interview
Terrible.
when they were really called Suppress.
This is shocking.
Do you want to move on?
Yes, I do. So there were some things that I don't know whether this is a fright or a delight, but there were things made up that weren't in the novel. So it's the presence of a cat when Georgie encounters Pennywise, and the cat basically is the only thing that witnesses this murder. The old woman, she doesn't see it. Okay. Bill searching for Georgie for almost a year is also not in the novel. Stan's encounter with Judith the flute lady. Fight between Bill and Richie. Brief separation period of the Loser Club is not also in it. And Pennywise doesn't abduct Beverly.
I'm just making it up as they go along.
Basically. Oh, there was a deleted scene, though, that was filmed. Pennywise is terrorising a pilgrim and ended up devouring her baby in the 17th century. And they didn't put it in. They thought They thought it was too much.
I can see that.
So that's a fright. I want to see that deleted scene.
Oh, well then I have a delight for you, boy.
Oh.
It Chapter 2 is already out, as we know. That's not a big... I said that like a big announcement. It's not.
Yeah.
Director Andy Muschietti, that deserves to be read like that. He said that he wants to make a supercut version. He wants to combine both films together, as well as adding the cutscenes and extra footage. That'll be a long film.
Yeah.
It'll be an amazing film, and you may get your baby violence.
That'd be
Sick
amazing.
bastard.
So, hopefully, he'll do it in the way that the 1990 version came out, where, and a lot of people won't remember this about DVDs, is that you could have a double-sided DVD.
What?
So you could
My original copy of Friends on DVD was a double-sided.
Yeah, so I've got the double-sided It on DVD. You watch part 1, Losers Club, and then you flip it over and watch part 2.
Winners Club. I've got it on DVD, the 1990 TV thingy,
Yeah, mini
2-parter,
Yeah.
but it's all on one disc.
Oh, it's good. It's good. 3
Modern
hours.
technology.
Yeah,
I've got more. Do you have more?
go for it.
Do you have more?
I've got a little something to say. Yeah.
Okay. Another Stephen King film adaptation is coming. Have you read the Tommyknockers?
Tommyknockers. They've already done that.
Well, it's in the planning stage.
Oh, for a new one.
For a
a
new
new
one.
version of Tommyknockers.
And as far as I can see, it's being made. Who knows how far it'll get, but considering the monumental success of it, I suspect it will definitely be made.
Well, the next big one we got is Doctor Sleep, which is coming out 31st.
How long's that been in production for?
Fucking ages.
Okay.
And I can't wait for it. It's going to be great.
Good.
It's going to be so good.
Who's playing him?
Ewan McGregor.
Okay.
Danny Torrance.
I had in my head Beneflip Cumberly-Loch.
Oh, right. Yeah.
He would have done all right.
Benadryl Sandy Batch.
I think it's Benny Naka Cucumber.
Yes, of course.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
In our last episode on The Exorcist, we discussed other actors and actresses that almost took roles in the film, yeah?
Oh, okay.
It has a similar, although less detailed story. So there's a few, and we're going to do this again, okay? Little quiz may become a recurring theme for you.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to have a guess, again, at who was rumoured, or which people were rumoured, to take the part of Pennywise before Skarsgård landed the role?
Okay, well, I mentioned Tim Curry. He couldn't do it because
Yeah.
he's on four wheels. I don't know. Let me just put it. Let me just have a little pop and say Johnny Depp.
Yes. That.
Off.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Of course.
There's another person. There's two more people on the list that I could see being thought of, but also could see not being used.
Are you telling me you could see Johnny Depp doing it?
No, not him.
Oh, good. Cause
No, what I mean is I can see someone going, "Oh, we need a weird character to play." Oh, Johnny Depp.
Oh, Johnny
No.
Depp is scissor fingers. Get out, you prick.
Okay, another one you're not going to get was Tom Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston.
Hiddleston. And Channing Tatum.
Off.
Yeah, that would have been bad. There's two more.
Two more.
And I think you could guess these.
Brad Pitt.
No.
I don't know.
Because
Tom
they're
Hanks.
the type of actors. Tom Hanks is good in everything, but I don't think he would have been good.
Killed his career. Right.
Yeah, because he picks his parts. That's why he's good in everything.
Oh, I fucking know who it is as well.
Who?
Samuel L. Jackson. He's in every film, and he motherfucker.
I'm back, motherfucker. No, Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey.
If you're thinking of I'm not saying he would have done a good job. I'm just thinking if you're thinking of someone who can distort his face. And Willem Dafoe is another one I thought might actually have been quite good.
Too short. Definitely not Jim Carrey.
Willem Dafoe is too short to play it.
Yes.
Pennywise.
Yes. Definitely not Jim Carrey because he's a rubber-faced buffoon.
Skarsgård was about 6'4". Sorry, is about 6'4". He's still alive.
There you go. Yeah,
Doing alright for himself.
you got
28.
you got to have height. Dafoe can do it.
Yeah,
he doesn't need much makeup.
There's so much CGI in this film, they could have plopped him up a few inches. Anyway, we've got to move on because we're knocking on time here. Oh, I've got one more for you, and then have you got your thing to say?
Yes.
Okay, this is a fright because clowns were unreasonably annoyed at this film. They thought that the film's representation of a clown would lead to people to view clowns as things to be scared of, which is utterly ridiculous because clowns, as far back as anyone can remember, have always had two reputations. The first one is entertainment for children, and the other, more prominent reputation of clowns, is as sneaky, murderous bastards. And if we really think about it, did scary films make clowns scary and weird, or are they inherently freaky anyway, and filmmakers just utilise their already overtly strange ways to depict murderers because it just fits so well?
Yeah, clowns are just weird.
Yeah, it's the second one. Clowns being the bad guys in films was always inevitable.
Yeah.
If it walks like a duck, looks like a duck, and says quack, it's probably going to crawl out from under your bed and kill you with a balloon in the shape of bad life choices.
Yeah. Also, you've got more?
No, I'm
Okay,
done.
also there's
That was my mic drop.
Excellent. There's a little bit where they're at the 4th of July celebration and there's a clown performing.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just dressed a bit like John Wayne Gacy,
Yeah.
who
Was a bit murdery back in the day.
had a lot of boys buried in his like garage bit and
It was-
in his crawl space.
In the 20s.
No, it wasn't in the 20s.
Sorry, I'm sneezing. I'm still sneezing. It was in the 20s, a number of people he killed,
Oh yes, okay.
I think.
Yeah, I used to work at a chicken shop. I think it was Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he used to run it. He was a manager. He didn't cook the food, I don't think. So there's a bit in this film that Bill has a Lego turtle. Did you notice that little bit?
Mm-hmm.
So in the novel, there's a thing, and it's called the Ritual of Chud. And Bill first finds this in a book called Knight's Truth in Derry Public Library. And he also found it was a glamour known to many cultures under many different names. The ritual itself is from Himalayan belief, who recognize it as sort of talus. In the Himalayan tradition, a holy man and the talus overlapped tongues, bit into each other and told riddles until one laughed despite the pain. If the talus laughs first, it gets sent away for hundreds of years, while if the man laughs first, the talus gets to eat the man's soul. So,
What the f*** are you talking about?
oh, don't worry, I'm bringing it back. Because this is how they eventually destroy or kill it. So as children, Bill is the only one to engage with it, being thrust towards the macroverse, which is where it comes from.
Okay, yeah.
Heading to the deadlights, but his physical body remains in this in the other realm. And he speeds by the turtle. Now the turtle he's also in Stephen King's The Dark Towers.
Yeah.
He's a guardian and he holds this beam. And he has the earth on his back. It's a giant turtle.
Yeah, it's turtles all the way down.
And it is kind of this turtle's brother. And he offers him advice. You must help yourself, son. You've got to thrust your fist against the post and still insist you see the ghosts. Which is what Bill keeps saying to get over his lisp. So Bill engages with it.
Stutter.
Stutter, sorry, not lisp. What a dickhead. Bill engages with it telepathically, biting his teeth into its teeth, saying he thrusts his fist against the post and still insists he sees the ghosts. He repeats it in his father's voice, which is weird. Sorry, I'm rambling. We can cut my rambling out.
No, that's right.
Overall, the fight is one of the losers' optimism, imagination, unity, and belief over its malice and anger. The losers come out victorious, but ignore the turtle's advice to make sure they finish the deal, and it escapes, which the losers suspects, but not for sure. So basically, there's a turtle in it.
Okay.
In a book.
And that's what the Lego turtle...
That is what the Lego turtle... And there's another bit I was going to say, but I'm not going to do it until we do chapter 2.
Oh, spoilers.
I mean, I
Well, not
rambled
spoilers.
through that, but hey-ho. Ritual of Chud, just look it up, or I might post it on our Facebook.
Post it on the Facebook. I like those posts.
Oh my god, Red Dwarf's coming back. Did you see that?
Red Dwarf's been back for a while.
No, they're doing a feature length.
The last one was...
Shite.
Yes. The series have been okay since they came back. That, what was it? The like a Blade Runner-esque
Yes.
thing?
Yeah,
That was bad.
Anyway, tangent.
We're running out of time, and we talked about Red Dwarf, so let's have a mosey on over.
Master of the Macabre.
Welcome to the Master of the Macabre. I hope you had a good mosey on over. I did, and I have got one choice, and everybody else is a runner-up. As an honourable mention, sorry.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's a fair point. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about any honourable mentions before we get on to the actual Master?
I think the whole Losers Club were very good. I think they were
Yes.
cast brilliantly. Yeah. Ben was fat. Richie was funny and attention-seeking.
Yeah. Who was the guy who was Italian-American?
Who's the guy who's Italian-American?
Played by Grazer. Is it Eddie? The kid who was on the placebo drugs.
Oh, yes, Eddie Kaspbrak, yeah.
Yeah. He was brilliant.
Yeah, he was good.
And for some reason, I just assume he's Italian-American. I think he'd be good in a gangster film.
Old or young?
When he's older.
Right, yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it won't be much of a... I mean... I know you can de-age, but I don't think you can
Yeah.
age. I think Mike was pretty good. What do you think?
Yeah, Mike was great. Mike was good, yeah.
Everyone was good. But I'm going to get on to who my master is.
Okay, is it
This
Henry
is-
Bowers?
No.
Right. Is it Belch?
No.
Right.
There's one choice. For
Oh! It's Eddie's mum, innit?
Yes.
Yes!
The-
Bev's dad.
The way she portrays Munchausen disease. is brilliant. It's weird that Munchausen disease comes up in his podcast because earlier today someone said to me, "What's Munchausen disease? Is that something the Nazis came up with on experiments?" And I said, "I don't know Munchausen disease exactly, but I'm pretty sure it's nothing to do with the Nazis."
Don't know, might be.
I don't think it is.
No.
Anyway, Bill Skarsgård is my master of the macabre. Committed, brilliant, got the smile that has made his own. The man trained with a contortionist just so he could move erratically and be freaky.
Oh yeah, to get out of that fridge.
There's a lot of CGI there.
No, it was half and half.
Half and half.
It's
it
half
was,
and half.
But
It's
it
half
was,
and half.
His head is the only thing that was not CGI in the end, I think.
Oh,
But still, he had to get in the fridge
okay,
and
yeah.
come out.
Yeah, fair enough.
Contortionist skills. He was amazing with the kids in the cast. Every anecdote people use involving him on set says he was a real pro that genuinely cared about doing the best job, as well as making sure all the kids felt genuinely safe. He's a good guy as well as good at his job.
Yeah, fair enough.
He purposefully made his Pennywise different to Tim Curry's
Yeah.
because it would seem like a bad choice to do it differently because Tim Curry seems like the way to do it when you've seen it. But he does make it his own. He does it perfectly. His voice is scary. He nailed it.
Yeah, you can't just go up and do a Tim Curry.
No, that would have been worse.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't play it like that. You got to go different. And his weird voice.
You go up against Tim Curry's version of it, and you're not going to do it.
No,
It's not going to work.
no.
So Bill Skarsgård's mine.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Pennywise, the dancing clown.
Yeah.
Purely for the fact that he can move his eyes weirdly, can't he? Like separately,
Yes, he
like the way he does
did.
in the thing.
Yeah.
That's him. That's not CGI. He can do that.
Yeah,
I'm trying to do it.
that's weird. I know, and I can only see half of your face, so you could just tell me you're doing it. Okay, yeah, that's right, yeah.
No, but he does it going out. You can only do it going in. I can't do it going out. It's weird.
You can do it both ways. Can you do the smile? Nope.
Nah,
Okay. Bill Skarsgård, medals in the post.
Lovely jubbly.
And what's next, Jimmy?
It's the Madhouse rating system.
The Madhouse rating system.
So, here we go. It's the Madhouse rating system. And first up is tension and suspense.
Well, Pennywise is absolute nightmare fuel. And the combination of music and camera shots is the match that blows it all up. There is so much going on that we just couldn't talk about it all, especially because we're late on in time anyway. But I will say that when Pennywise appears, it is always a jump. And when he chases the kids down and Pennywise is basically attacking the camera with his disjointed face, jerking erratically and rabidly, it really gets me. When he pops out that projected image on the garage wall, man.
Yeah.
It goes black for a second beforehand, and you have an idea of what's coming. You think he's going to pop out the wall. But when he appears, he's huge. They kind of like exceed your expectations. Like, yeah, we're going to make it so you think you know what's coming, and then we're going to you up.
Yeah.
He just starts crawling into that room, huge, this dominant figure. It was so damn good.
So he's similar to Freddy Krueger, isn't he, Pennywise? He uses fear to terrorise and murder his victims. Just a quick one. How would Pennywise manifest himself for you?
Oh, I should have had that question before we started.
Yeah, I know. I just hit you with that. Want to come back to it at the end?
Yes, come back to it.
Okay.
We'll do it before we end. Have you got anything tension and suspensey?
Not really, other than the fact that I've mentioned it briefly before that it has a hold on Derry for a very, very long time, and that the fact that he's also always seems to be following the losers around, and like the adults don't know about it because they can't see it because they're adults.
Just
But,
the,
yeah,
the
and all
fact-
the shit that he does is very like the way he moves and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to have that noise you make as like a text message.
Star.
Yeah, that's the one. My, give it a star. I've got one more to go for, though.
Sorry.
Just Georgie getting shot by his brother.
Yes.
In terms of tension and suspense. Shooting him when it wasn't really Georgie. It's the last specific thing I really want to mention, because it has everything. It has that emotion of a reunion. It's kind of sad and cute. Then Bill shoots him.
Well, that's it, because Georgie says when he loses the boat at the start, SS Georgie, he says, "Oh, Bill's going to kill me."
Yeah.
And then it comes back. Foreshadowing. We haven't used that for a few episodes.
No, yeah, well, I like to bring it around every so often.
Yeah, that was a nice little touch.
But obviously he realises it isn't Georgie, shoots him. And I don't know about you, but at that point I was still like, even though I've seen the other versions, you're really thinking, was there going to be a twist in the story?
Yeah.
Was this going to actually be Georgie he just shot in the head?
Hopefully that would have
Maybe
been
it was just me.
Yeah, hopefully that should have been an alternative ending.
Yep. But, I was invested because the performance of all these children was amazing. The script was well written. Camera and effects created this atmosphere. Kind of brought this tension to a climax where Georgie's body just jointedly morphs into Pennywise with disgusting movements. Limbs kind of pop out of limbs. And obviously there's a big climactic fight. So yeah, like you said, give it a star.
Star. Right. Next up is gore and visual effects.
Well, it's a film that's just crammed with mostly CGI visual effects, which is usually not my favourite thing to see in a horror film.
Is it not half and half?
Some of the effects are half and half, but there is some heavy CGI usage. I mean, I might be wrong.
I wouldn't call it heavy.
I don't mean heavy in a bad way.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant overused.
No, it's there's a lot of CGI.
Right.
I think it's just a fact. It's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just a fact. I mean, saying that, I am a massive fan of the practical approach, but I don't see how some of the effects they did could have been done outside of CGI, though. So,
well, I'm going to shock you there. And
Okay.
do you remember the scene Eddie Kasparak's outside the well house, and he's after he's chased by the leper, and he sees Pennywise with the triangle of balloons?
yes.
Well, I'll tell you, sir, those upside down balloons, those first 6 balloons, they were real. They were real, sir. The other ones were computer generated, half and half.
Yeah. And what do you think is cheaper? 6 more balloons or CGIing 6?
It's only 2019. You can't do that. You can't do a bigger upside down balloon pyramid. You've only got to do the 6.
Oh, just
you can't do
physics
bigger
doesn't
than 6.
allow you to do the next
It's 2019.
couple of rows.
Maybe in 2029 we'll have that balloon upside down balloon pyramid.
Technology has got a long way to come.
I know, these bloody
Jimi.
clowns need to get on it.
I think a CGI balloon was used at another point in a tunnel as well, and it didn't look real.
Do you know what? The balloon usage in this film was not as good as in the miniseries. When the balloon in the miniseries when it bounces down the street.
Yep.
That's terrifying.
Yep.
That wasn't used in this, and it was just gliding in the library.
Do you want to hear my theory about why they used CGI balloons?
Okay.
They wanted them to be deadly, freakily still.
Yeah.
And you could probably do that with the bottom 6, so 3 rows. But then when you start widening it out, they're flapping all over the place.
Okay.
I feel like it could have been sorted with glue and balloons.
Yeah, or like not a breeze around. It can be
You
done,
mean
I
like
swear.
a sound stage where they film films?
Yeah, it'll
Yeah.
be done. 10 years' time, we'll see it.
Oh, I
The
just can't wait for
ultimate.
that balloon technology, Okay, the scene where Pennywise gets out of the fridge, we've already slightly hinted about. He gets out of it in the most awkward way possible. It was done with a mix of practical and CGI effects. Bill was laying down in the fridge and was lifted/rotated by wires. In post-production, his body was replaced partially with CGI and partially with hand animation, so that he moved in unnatural ways with intricate movements. The VFX supervisor, Arnaud Brisbois, said he knew this would become an iconic horror shot, and it's hard to disagree with him because it does look fantastic.
Eastern European, is he?
Well, maybe he's in the fridge because he's wanting to harvest his organs while they're chilled.
Also, I tell you, the bit where when any time Pennywise opens his mouth and all his big teeth come out, and his head sort of melts back and his eyes go down to the. It looks a bit like.
Yeah.
I like that. It looked really good. Like proper gourmet.
Yep. All the Pennywise stuff was really good,
Yeah,
especially
very
when
good.
he's running towards the bloody camera. It makes me shit my pants.
Yeah. It's got to be. Have you got any more?
Prosthetic teeth that he wore, not while he was teething out, like you just said, but they made him dribble like crazy. The director liked it because it added to the crazy. Judith the Flute Lady, played by Tatum Lee, was only meant to have her eyes slightly visually altered, but in the end she ended up being altered so much that she's barely recognisable. The effect was disjointed and well done. Do feel for the actress. Sorry, I don't feel her. I feel for the actress that had her whole performance pretty much altered in post-production.
It was gross when she was sucking on Stan's head.
Yeah, no one wants to see that. Stan,
No.
Put it away.
No.
The costume for Pennywise was designed by Janie Bryant and incorporated fashion from medieval, Renaissance, Elizabethan, and Victorian times
Yes.
to give a sense of the history and immortality of the character of
That's
it.
Yes, that's what I was trying to say earlier. And I couldn't think of all the other eras.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fashion periods. There's a bike outside.
Yeah, it is very f***ing loud, that bike as well.
Someone's got a small penis.
Do you want to tell him that? He's a proper biker. He's
No,
not,
not
it's-
really.
He's not. He's
He
not-
knows.
I don't
He
think he's-
knows. He didn't
yeah.
need me to.
Yeah.
Anyway, it took hours to put Bill Skarsgård's makeup on when they were started filming. 5 hours, apparently, but they got it down just to 2 once they'd done it a few times.
Yeah, fair play.
You got anything else?
No, but what are you saying? Yes to a star? No to a star?
Yes.
Yes, it's got to be. Of course it is. 2 stars. Next up is performance. Is that right?
yeah. I could see the doubt in your eyes, and I liked it. I was toying. Well, all the children were amazing.
Said John Wayne Gacy.
Oh, God. Anywho. They were amazing at acting, not just for their age, but by anyone's standards. Jack Dylan Grazer, the probably Italian-American kid,
Oh, you like him, don't you?
worked with Skarsgård. I think he'll be a good mob actor when he's... I'm telling you.
Sorry, what?
We're losing a generation of mob actors now. I mean, Pacino, De Niro, and Pesci have just done what's probably their last mob film. It's time. Get Grazer on it. Anyway, he worked with Skarsgård first out of all the children, and hadn't seen Bill's representation of Pennywise up until that point. Grazer performed so well, screaming and crying as Pennywise was all up in his face. His performance was so convincing that Skarsgård was concerned for Grazer and asked if he was okay. Grazer just smiled and said, "I love what you're doing with the character." Probably. And Jackson Robert Scott, who played Georgie, was the youngest to work with Skarsgård and said he had a lot of fun and wasn't scared because Skarsgård was always joking around with him, even when he was dressed as Pennywise.
Okay. What is this performance?
Yeah.
Solid all round.
That's Jimmy's insight. for the
Yeah,
day.
I'm going to say solid
it's
all
alright.
round. Yeah. Solid.
Skarsgård didn't actually shoot any scenes for this, by the way. Did you know that? Until halfway until the production.
Oh, okay. Well, I think he's only got like 4 or 5 minutes of dialogue in it.
Well, yeah. Kind of ruined my point now.
Oh, sorry.
No, in the period before shooting his scenes, he was practicing with the director and producers, perfecting his portrayal. He was reportedly nervous because he was following Tim Curry's brilliant performance back in 1990, but Skarsgård put so much effort into getting into character and getting the character right that he admitted to having nightmares during the shoot and for a while after shooting and finished. Sucks to be you. Getting nightmares.
Yeah, fair enough.
Every so often I'm thinking about what it would portray itself to as me, and I can't think of anything. So moving on.
Moving on.
What's next?
Well, were we giving that a star?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah?
Obviously.
Yes. Okay, 3 stars out of Fumph. Next up is musical score and sound effect.
No, you're right. I'm laughing because I've no idea what fump means.
5.
Okay.
5 in German. It's in German. I
Okay.
don't know why.
So the score, apart from I'm not mentioning all the songs that are in it, but the score itself was composed by Benjamin Wallfish, a brilliant and accomplished composer. My words. Benjamin, if you're listening. He has worked as an apprentice to Hans Zimmer. He worked with him on amazing scores for hit films such as Hidden Figures, 12 Years a Slave, and one of my favourites right now, Blade Runner 2049.
No, is that good, is it?
Yeah, the soundtrack's fantastic as well, especially following Blade Runner's amazing soundtrack. It was something big to take on that they nailed. Anyway, he went on to do his own scores for horror films Lights Out in 2016, A Cure for Wellness.
Have you seen Lights Out?
Nope.
That's good.
You? Yeah. The Conjuring, and something I really want to watch, Annabelle Creation.
Yeah, that's good.
Is that good?
Yeah, that is good.
It's in my pile to watch.
Yeah, just going to watch Annabelle Homecoming next, I think.
So its director, Andy Muschietti, knew his film was in good hands on the musical front.
Good hands.
Good hands. The elocution tutor over there. For the It score, Andy Muschietti suggested to Wolfish that they could use the children's nursery rhyme Oranges and Lemons when Pennywise was knocking about. Wolfish had this to say. Muschietti's approach, I think, was to try and find a sound for Pennywise that is somehow the sound of him thinking, the sound of him contemplating the idea of attack or actually attacking.
Ah.
So there you go. It's a great score, basically.
Okay, what are you going to say? Star?
I'm saying the Oranges and Lemons thing is creepy as classic piano works. Strings work. Oranges and Lemons. I like it. Give it a star.
Yes, 4 out of 5.
That's it.
Okay,
Oh,
it's
fun.
over. Thump. It's
The last one.
Thump.
Oh, you figuring out the German.
Yeah. It's the last one. It's overall experience.
Okay, this is the part. Basically, with this film, is it a 5 out of 5? Or is it a 6 out of 5?
I think it's a 5 out of 5.
I think it's a 5 out of 5. I'm glad you said that.
I went into it the first time I watched it when it came out. Went into it thinking, oh, it's a remake of the 1990 version. And then realised, actually, no, it's not. It's a different way of telling the story that is Stephen
different.
King's novel. And they've taken different little bits from the other version. And I can just watch this over and over and over and over again.
It's really good.
And it is good how the original one was in 1958, and this one is in like 1988. Different, but yeah, still, yeah, it's fucking good.
It's
I
a
enjoyed
different
it.
take.
Different take. Yeah, it's not a remake. It's a different take.
If you're gonna, plus 80s is in right now.
Yeah.
If you're gonna set anything any time in the past.
Although
recent
saying
past.
that, have you watched the new American Horror Story? 1984. No, it's shite.
Is it not good?
Not really.
Yeah, if you're gonna make it again, this was the way to do it. Don't copy another film. Take the book, do things that they didn't do, and maybe leave out some of the things they did do to make it your own.
Yeah, because the book is like 1,100
Big.
pages long. It's
Yeah,
big.
big. It's not big. Tom Hanks big.
It's not Tom Hanks
It's not
big.
that.
No.
Yeah. It's rather large.
So,
Rather large is the English remake of Big, by the way. I wish to be rather large. Sorry, that's I gone a bit off topic there. So 5 out of 5, yeah. It deserves a 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
Boom, banging, awesome,
Thump,
amazing.
thump, thump.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right, we've got to do your film choice.
hold on. You haven't said what your fear would be if it was Pennywise.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you what my fear is, Jimmy, and what I'm not going to do is pause this while I figure out what it is and then come back in a second. Okay, so no pause taken. This is what my fear is.
Okay.
I used to have night terrors, yeah?
Yeah.
And the way they would come about to start off with was I would wake up normally,
Okay.
get up, go on about my day.
Yeah.
and then suddenly be attacked by some invisible, horrible poltergeist thing that was trying to kill me with knives.
Okay.
And then I would wake up again, and everything would seem perfectly real,
Okay.
perfectly normal.
Yep.
So I get up, go about my day. Then they attack me with throwing an iron at me or something.
An iron?
Well, whatever's around. This is not.
But a clothes iron.
Yeah, bang you in, bash your head in type thing.
Right. Okay.
Whatever's around the house
Okay.
when I went to bed, basically.
Okay.
So then I wake up thinking, well, this time it's definitely real. And I get up and go about my day again until stuff would happen again.
Okay.
And then I would have to wake up and notice what specifically in the room was different to the other times I've woken up that was definitely there. So I know that I'm awake. Basically, one time I was packing to move house.
Okay.
There was a box next to my bed.
Yeah.
The first few times I'd woken up, that box wasn't there. I could get straight out of bed. So when I woke up and that box was there, I knew it wasn't real. But the way night terrors are, you freeze in bed, you're awake, but you're stuck.
Yes.
You're paralysed.
Yeah.
And you're half asleep, and that poltergeist thing is still there. So even though the box is still there, and I know I'm really half awake this time,
Yeah.
I'm still being attacked by something, and I cannot move.
Okay.
That is the scariest thing that's ever happened to me.
That's one for Freddy Krueger. I think.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
his,
exactly.
That's his realm. So you're getting fucked by Freddy Krueger. I'm
Yeah.
afraid.
Well, not anymore. It doesn't happen anymore.
Oh, okay.
Don't know why they went away. But it was scary as shit when it happens.
Yeah, it sounds it. So,
I used to, when I shared, me and Nat used to live together. Not in that way, just as flatmates. And I used to have to try really hard just to move one hand to knock on the wall.
yes, she
She
told me
would
that
come
before.
through.
Yeah.
And if she came through as her, I knew it was real.
Yeah.
But if she came through with some freaky shit, that at one time she threw a PlayStation control at me. I don't know if that was real or whether that was.
It sounds like it could be real.
yeah. Just wake him up, but don't go near him.
Yeah.
Anyway, what about you?
I have a recurring dream that has been happening for probably about 10 years where my teeth are either falling out or have been pulled out.
Oh dear.
So I think Pennywise could sort of manifest some sort of horrible visual sort of thing where I have to lose all my teeth. I don't know why. I think it means something, but I'm not quite sure what. And it is horrible. And I wake up sweating.
Yes.
Like spitting teeth out. Like,
Yeah.
it's horrible.
I
Weird.
haven't had losing teeth nightmares since I was a little boy.
Oh shit, is it a thing?
After it happened, you
Oh.
lose your first teeth, don't
Oh
you?
right, yeah.
And then they tell you if they fall out again, they're never coming back.
Oh yes, they do.
So maybe it's something to do with losing your
I don't know.
Alright, so if you want to taunt me and Jimmy for the rest of our lives, that's how you do it.
Yes. Also, let us know what you think how Pennywise would manifest himself to capture your fears to keep him going in the macroverse for the next 27 years.
We'll do that as a Facebook post, but also email us at the madhousePodcast@outlook.com if you don't fancy putting it on the Facebook post we put up.
Right, so 2017, it got 5 out of 5.
It did. And
Lovely.
you need to tell me your choice for next week.
Okay, so here we go. As Susan Hamilton sleeps, she dreams that she is another person in an alternative reality. As her greatest fears come to life, she is pursued by the notorious serial killer known as the Night Stalker.
Okay. I recognise that description. I think I've seen this film.
Okay.
But I cannot for the life of me remember what it is.
Not going to have a punt?
Nope.
Okay,
No,
so
it's not gonna come to me.
It's 2006 horror thriller Dark Corners.
Okay, I have seen Dark Corners.
Oh.
What is... Okay, no, I can't remember it enough. I've seen Dark Corners,
Okay.
but it was a long time ago.
I like a dark corner. Just
Well.
to sit down and have a little rest.
Disappear into...
Yeah, put a blanket over my head.
Alright, so Dark Corners.
Dark Corners.
Doing that next episode.
Yes.
I said, by the way, at the end of The Exorcist, next squeak. And I nearly keep saying it. And it's also wrong. Even if I say it right, it's next week. It's not next week. It's in the next 2 weeks. So we'll see you in the next 2 squeaks.
Yes, Dark Corners, starring Thora Birch. So
Thora Birch!
This is a second outing.
Is this because
Review.
we talked about the Thora Birch episode and felt bad
Yes.
about the film Train?
Yes.
Picking it as Thora. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that then. That's good.
Okay.
It's going to be a good one.
Yes.
Right, I think we're done.
Let's have a can.
I'm going to have a trouble trimming this down to just around about an hour, but there we go. I think you should join us in the next 2 squeaks. And I think you should share this with a friend, Jimmy, who will tell another friend. The best thing you can actually do for us, if you like the podcast, is give us a review. 5-star review on iTunes. Sorry, Apple Podcast. iTunes is dead, apparently. Apple Podcast. Do that. And
That would be nice. Leave a little review. Lovely. 5 stars, please.
yep, that's a request.
Yes. It is.
Okay,
It's a demand, actually.
you heard the man. Jimmy demands a 5-star review, so get online and get on with it. We want you to follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and also tell a friend. Always tell a friend. We will see you on the next episode of the Madhouse Podcast, where we are talking about Dark Corners.
Yeah, boy! Your hair is like winter fire, January embers. My heart burns there too. It's lame.
Classic Ben.